What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be going over every single leaked hero we've gotten so far from Marvel Rivals. Really quick, guys, before we get into the video, 97% of you guys actually aren't subscribed. I'm trying to hit 2,500 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you enjoy the content, please consider subscribing. I'm going to be giving away a copy of Spider-Man 2 at 5,000 subscribers, but you're going to have to be subscribed to enter that giveaway, so if that's something you're interested in, consider clicking subscribe. If you appreciate how quickly I cover these leaks for you guys, please consider leaving a like on this video. You guys know the drill. I'm not going to waste your time. Let's get right into it. What you guys are looking at right now is a graphic from Rivals Assembled on Twitter going over all the leaked heroes from Marvel Rivals currently. I want to preface this by saying I believe these images were made with AI. I don't condone the use of AI. I'm just showing you guys this image so we can talk about it and go over what's going on. So the first character up to bat that we're going to be talking about is Jia Jing. I don't really know a lot about her character, but I do know that she'll be a support hero. And I know there's a couple of you guys in my comments below that have said that you guys are big fans of this character and you're really happy that she's in here. So I'm glad for you guys. I just don't know much about the character, so there's not much I can say about it. Alright, next up we have Trapster, and he's going to be a DPS. Again, it's a character I don't really know much about. I'm sure there's some people that are very excited for this, but I'm not really sure what his kit would entail, so I'm not really going to go into it too much. Colossus, I feel like we can speculate, will be a kind of tank that has a lot of sustain. With his powers and the way that his skin is titanium, I think there's going to be instances where he's going to be a very tanky tank. It's going to be very hard to kill him, and he's going to have abilities that either bolster his health or give damage resistance or something like that. Professor X, I was trying to think like what I think his abilities might be, and a few things come to mind. Maybe his ultimate can be that he can connect to somebody's mind and stuns the whole team for a second or something like that. Maybe his healing abilities, he just has an array that he shoots out from his head and it heals people. I'm not really sure what they could do with his kit, but I am excited to see him in the game, and I do think he could work. Alright, next up we have Locust. I don't know much about Locust. It's been said that they're going to be a healer, but I'm not going to do too much time on Locust just because I'm not really familiar with the character. Alright, Cyclops I think is definitely going to be a duelist, and I've talked a little bit about this in the past, how I think his character could be used to, obviously his ultimate could be maybe he takes off his glasses, loses control, and does a really high damage beam. Maybe he can split his eye beam and hit multiple targets at the same time. Maybe the longer he holds his beam on one target, it does more damage to that target. There's a few ideas I have, and I think he could work really well in this game. Captain Marvel could either be a tank or a DPS, but I'm actually going to throw her in the hybrid tank DPS category, kind of like Mr. Fantastic is. Maybe she'll have abilities that are very rushdown dependent, kind of like taking inspiration from fighting games, where she can get in really fast and that'll heal her. So maybe she has an ability where she bursts forward and does like a knock up into the air, and then she has like a pushback ability where she can blast them backwards. Something that makes her feel really like brute force up in your face, but also gives her a lot of sustainability. Angela, I don't really know a lot about, so I'm not going to make assumptions on what their kit would be. I'm only going to stick with characters that I know a decent amount about. Valkyrie, I think, could be another melee DPS character, somewhat like Magic maybe. Maybe she can fly because of her horse or something like that. I think there's a lot of things they could do with Valkyrie. I think she's definitely going to be a more melee-based character, and I'm really excited to see her in the game. Deadpool, as you guys know, is my most anticipated character right now, probably next to Dr. Doom or Miles Morales. I think he's definitely going to be a DPS. I think he'll have a mix of sword play, gun play. His ultimate could be something maybe like the dead shot from Red Dead Redemption, where he marks onto multiple targets and one-shots them when he charges up and kills them. I think it's kind of surprising we don't have him already. Blade, we've learned, is a duelist that's going to have a shotgun and some swordplay involved. He's also going to have two forms, one being his human form and his vampire form. So it sounds like a character that's going to have a high skill ceiling and have a lot of mechanics to manage, but he's going to be very rewarding and fun to play once you get used to him. Him having a sword and a shotgun is going to mean he's going to be probably fairly close range, which is something I'm very excited about. Phoenix is going to be a DPS character, and I think she will kind of be a mix of things like Human Torch and Wanda. Maybe she has a fire thing that auto locks on the people and it does a little more damage over time, or maybe gives an effect where when the character walks away, they have a burning effect on them. Her ultimate could be going into her Phoenix form. So there's a lot of things they could do with Jean Grey. Maybe she has an ability where she loses control and she goes into Dark Phoenix. There's a lot of potential here, and I'm really excited to see her in the game. Emma Frost is going to be a tank, and I think we can kind of take inspiration from May's kit from Overwatch here. Maybe she can freeze people in place or create some type of ice wall. That would be a little similar to Groot, but I'm sure there's ways they can do things around it. Maybe have slow fields where she puts down a bunch of ice that slows people, and if they stay in it for too long, they get frozen. Kind of have a stun. There's already an ice character in the game, and Groot has a lot of building abilities, so it's kind of hard to think of unique abilities for Emma Frost, but I'm sure they'll pull something off. Next is Hitmonkey, and I believe it was leaked that he's going to be a DPS. I think his kit has been leaked, and I think I actually went over it on the channel, but I don't remember. I'm sure you guys can find it in one of my videos. I think it's in the thumbnail. So if you guys are interested in seeing what his kit is, go check that video out. Next up, we have Ultron, and we have a lot of information about Ultron, one being that he was supposed to be in the game already. He seems like he's going to be a drone support character. He's going to have drones that he uses to heal or damage enemies. That's going to be the basic of his kit, kind of like a minion-based character. I think that's a really cool idea, especially for Ultron, and I think it really fits his characterization well. We also have a lot of information about the hood, but I don't remember all the abilities. I made a video on it. Again, if you want to go see that, check that out on the channel. But the hood is going to be a tank, it looks like. I don't think we actually knew that already. And I think he's going to be a hybrid tank DPS character. I think he's going to have a form where it's more DPS and one that's more tank, but obviously focused more on the tank. So unlike Mr. Fantastic, he'll be focused more on tanking than he will DPSing. MODOK, I can see him being a tank, or I could see him being a support character. I'm actually going to assume it's support because we have very few support characters in these leaks, and we have quite a bit of tanks and a lot of DPS. So I'm going to assume that MODOK's probably going to be a support character, and he's got to have a passive to nullify that headshot damage, guys. I mean, come on. And there you have it, guys. That's every character coming to Marvel Rivals in the near future. If you guys enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. I love you guys so much. Thank you for supporting my content lately. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.